My dear brothers and sisters, we are all family people, and we have seen our children grow up. They have their peer groups, whether at the school level or college level, and so on. And at times when we find our children coming home and trying to project some values which they picked up from their peers, do you allow these values in a way go against the Christian values or values which you have taught them? Do we allow children to behave thus? I'm sure we'll tell them this is not the right thing we should do. We tell them, please leave your friends who are teaching you bad things. What will the children say? Will they say, no, they are my friend, good friends, and so on? I remember in school when I used to meet children, I also asked them if they found behavior very funny. I'm not using the slang language. I asked them, where will learn this so-called language is unholy from my friends. I will tell them, please leave those friends. And they would leave them, and the consequence was these friends after began to used to hate them because they have left their friendship. The gospel passage speaks about something similar, though in a much bigger way. We have come at the end of chapter 15, which talks about relationships. Here, he speaks about relationship between us and the world. And Jesus tells something clearly that the world has hated me, and you being my disciples, they will hate you also. The world which Jesus speaks about, not a physical world we see around us, but the people who do not accept Jesus as the Messiah, as the Son of God, has come from the Father with a mission. And though the result, these people hated Jesus, and Jesus had to suffer, die on the cross. So it tells them what has happened to me, or what will happen to me also will happen to you. That since you are my disciples and you have my values, the world will hate you. If you fight for values of truth and justice, the world will hate you, put you in prison, persecute you. Something similar has been happening right through the years. All who lived the Christian faith and fought against the values which are unchrist, fought for the values of the downtrodden, they have been persecuted, put in jail, even killed. A couple of years back, or a year later, we heard about Father Ten Swami, who was fighting for the rights of the Dalits. The consequence was he had to suffer and suffer a lot till he died in jail. And therefore, the Lord is asking us today, what is our relationship with the world? The world, has values of acquiring more and more and more. Consequently, that more overpowers us. We go on asking for more things and more things and more things. Finally, those more things overpower us. Instead of being more in the world, the more overpowers us. And being more in the world means more and more Christ-like. So today maybe we could reflect and ask ourselves, if I have a deep relationship with God, the Father, Son, and the Spirit, and between us, among ourselves and the family, what is it with the world outside? Am I in tune with the world outside and go along the values of the world? Or am I willing, because I'm a Christian, to suffer, to die for the values I've acquired, to suffer and die because I'm a Christian? So we ask Lord to give us the grace that we walk the path He has chosen for us. We walk the path He has shown us. We walk in the footsteps of Our Lady, whose feast we have today, who always said, once she said yes to God, she never looked back. But while walking that path, the Lord had chosen for her, and which she accepted, she had to undergo suffering. We speak about the 7 sorrows of Our Lady. And yet she went bravely, and the Lord rewarded her for her faith. May the God bless us, bless our families and our children who are growing, that they acquire and reject the world values. We also pray for peace between Russia and Ukraine. The war going on so long, that on this feast day, as we intercede, we ask Our Lady to intercede for us and for the world. The solution will be arrived at, and the world may be at peace. Also pray for peace for ourselves. We are always fighting against the world values, that Our Lady may intercede for us and give us the inner peace. Today, Our Lady bless all of you and your families.